everyone, and welcome to number 26 of Travels Around My Bedroom. Now, I have been messing up my numbers so much, but now I know it really is number 26. And I'm actually going to do Travels Around My Bedroom today very differently. First of all, I'm going to take you at least to one country where I haven't been. And second of all, I'm going to sit on the floor today because we're actually going back to my childhood, and I don't know, I just felt that it was more authentic to sit near the ground if I was to talk about when I was a little child. Not that I haven't grown up much since then, but there you are. So I really, actually really wanted to talk to you today about what made you travel in the first place. What inspired you when you were a child to want to go and travel the world? And for me, it all started because my parents are shopkeepers. So they were shopkeepers. They're retired now, and I spend very little time with them. We actually hardly ever holidayed together. I've got only a couple of memories from being with my parents. One of them being at the seaside in a villa that they rented. And my mum went to the market and she bought a crab. And in France, when you buy seafood, it's still alive, yes? In England, they cook everything, but in France, we cook our seafood. And I remember her bringing this crab, and I don't think I must have been more than, 6 years old, and putting the crab in the water for it to boil. And the crab escaped from the pan. And then it was just like completely crazy because we were all looking for that crab. Where is it gone? Where has it disappeared? Is it going to appear in our bed? And we finally found it. But that is really the only memory I have from holidaying with my parents. And so my parents used to spend a lot of time working, so we used to have a few people looking after us. And there was a young woman who looked after us, who was a daughter of another shopkeeper, Dominique. And I remember spending a little bit of time with her, but also I don't have much memory from my younger years. But this is what I remember. One day, so Dominique left, and Dominique became a teacher, and she was sent to French Guyana. So I don't know if you know about French Guyana, but France has got these territories, these departments that are scattered all over the world. So I printed a map for you so that you can see. They're called Départements d'Outre-mer. There's a bit of a pink theme today. Just thinking maybe you'll see it better like this. Yeah. So if I put it a bit like that, oh God, that's not very good, huh? I'm thinking, where can I get the best? Here. Here seems to be working better. So you can actually see that all of these departments are actually France, yes? And French Guyana is, if I upside down, it's here. And the great thing about all these places, so I'll just read them out to you. I hadn't thought that if I flip the map over, you'll also have it the other way around. But they're called French Polynesia. Then we have Saint-Pierre and Miquelon, which are next to Canada, Guadeloupe, Martinique, then French Guyana, Mayotte, the island of the Réunion, Wallis and Futuna, and New Caledonia. And when you go to these places, it's France. You eat croissant, you eat baguette. I mean, it's the same. It's kind of really, really, really weird. It's the same of actually ex-French colonies, because when I was in Benin or when I was in Algeria, everyone eats baguette, and you can have pain au chocolat and croissant as well, which is kind of really, really kind of crazy. Yes. So she was posted there. And she sent us a packet to my brother and I. And I remember this packet arriving, and it was smelly, And in the and we didn't know what there was in the packet, but in the packet when we opened it, and at the time, so I was 11 years old, there's no way you would receive packages like that. I didn't know anyone who had been outside of my small town. So we opened that packet, and there is this fruit, which we have never seen before, which is a passion fruit, a maracuja. And we open it and we eat it, and we didn't even know how to eat that thing, but it had arrived, and it was all, of course, like completely, almost, it was time that it got to us, because it was disintegrating in front of us. And then she sent us things that were amazing. So she sent us this book here, and about the Indian of Guyana. And for me, it was just another world. It was totally amazing. Sent here for Bruno and Carole, Dominique, on the 18th of May, 1981. And of course, I've had that book in my bedroom since then. Just want to show you a few things. So just teaching us. But then, of course, the other thing that she sent me was this. Now, of course, she looks nothing like the people, look at her, in French Guyana, but she is dressed traditionally as a Hmong. Now, the Hmong don't come from French Guyana. They come from Vietnam or Laos. And the Hmong were an ethnic group, are still an ethnic group, that fought with the Americans and the French during the Vietnam War. And what happened, and they have a very specific dialect that is very different to the rest of the people that live in that region. And because, and also, sorry, they have different group within the Hmong. So you have the black Hmong, the white Hmong, the flower Hmong. Hold on, I just printed everything as well, just bear with me. The green and blue Hmong. And all of that is because of the way that they dress. So if the Hmong women were white, then they're called, some Hmong women, wear white traditional dresses for special occasions, so they're called the white Hmong, and all of this. So what I did is I also printed pictures that are a little bit more like it. So here are Hmong from French, so actually this one, I don't know where the pictures have been taken, because I took them from Google. I hope I don't get into trouble with that. But this is another picture. And I don't know if you see that skirt, but remember the skirt that I showed you when I did my video on China? Yes? It's exactly the same principle. This pleated, absolutely amazing, amazing work. So it's been a dream of mine to go to French Guyana. But so what happened, I'm getting lost with all my stories, sorry. What happened is that when the Americans and the French exited Vietnam, because of course they lost the war, they took with them a lot of the Hmongs, because they were obviously in masses of trouble, because they had fought for the losing side. A lot of Hmongs stayed, as well in that region. But France, put them, I just use the word put them because basically that's what they did. Some in France, in a region that's actually about 150 or 200 kilometers from where I live, near a place called Orléans, which you might know because of Joan of Arc. And they also shifted them, and I'm using my words because that's basically what they did, to French Guyana. So they lived, so the Hmong and the Indians lived together, and they still do to this day. And you will know French Guyana because it's also the base for a space station, a French and a European space station, and we have rockets that fly from there. So she sent me this little turtle as well, which I absolutely love, and this as well here. So I have kept all these things, and for me, and I have tried to find Dominique, and I don't know how to find her and where to find her, because her parents are no longer in the town that I come from. And it was really amazing to be introduced to something that I had absolutely no idea existed. So tomorrow I'm going to do, because we're getting to 10 minutes, I'm trying to reduce the length of this thing, but I'll do a really short one on another thing that inspired me to travel, that was in my childhood, throughout my childhood, and that I still read from time to time. So, oops, it's a book. It's a series of books, actually. And what I would love to know from you is who inspired you today. It's who inspired you to travel. I'd love to know that. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Bye. Have a lovely day.